Hi, WordNerds. So it is Sunday night, and I need to watch Once Upon a Time, so I'm gonna make this quick. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about writer's block. I do believe that sometimes with writer's block, you need to take a break. Sometimes your brain just needs a break from writing. You need to maybe read a book to help inspire you, or get out of the house and do something else. It's important to know when you do need a break so you don't overwork yourself and end up burning out. But if I took a break every time I had writer's block, I would never get anything done. Actually, that's part of the reason I never get anything done. But it's still important to find ways to get around that writer's block, because sitting there and staring at your manuscript on your computer screen is no more helpful than watching 5 more episodes of Supernatural. So today I have a few ideas of writing exercises that keep you writing but allow you to maybe get around the thing that is causing your block. The important thing for this is figuring out what is causing the writer's block. Are you blocked with the plot, or is it maybe a character? Maybe it's a side character that's giving you trouble. Maybe you don't understand what their motivations are, or what their personality is like, or their background. Something you could do in this case is try writing a scene from that character's point of view. It could be a scene that takes place before the main character's story even starts, or it could be something that happens to your side character while the main character is off on their adventure, or it could be a scene that the main character is in but from this other character's point of view. You have a lot of options, but all of them can help you to better explore that character and their voice, which will help you to understand them and write them better and make them more dynamic and not a flat character. But maybe it's your main character that is giving you trouble. Maybe you are tired of them, or annoyed with them, or don't know what to do with them. A suggestion I came across once, I haven't tried it yet, but I thought it sounded really cool, was to do the worst thing possible to your main character. Put them in a situation that will be very hard to get out of, a terrible situation, do something to them, and then get them out of it. Take out your frustration on your main character, but always go back and fix it. And maybe you'll keep it in the story, maybe you won't, but it will help you to kind of get that frustration out a little bit and maybe fall back in love with your character and remember how amazing they are because they can get out of these situations. Or maybe it is your plot that's giving you trouble. You could be just tired of the part of the story that you're writing right now. Maybe you are in the middle of the action of the story and you're just really in a romance mood. Guess what? You can write a story out of order. It is not required that you write the story from the Once Upon a Time to the end and write everything in the order that it happens. Go ahead and write that scene that you're excited about and that you're thinking about, that you've been dreaming about, and then maybe once you're done writing about all that kissy and mushy talking, you'll be excited to have some people punch each other in the face. And sometimes you're just at a part where you don't know how to write the current scene, or you don't know how to get to the next scene. Sometimes this happens because we are trying to stick too closely to the plot that we outlined in our note cards and our notebooks. Particularly as a plotter, this is really hard because I write everything out and I want it to follow that line that I have. But like we've talked about a lot on the WordNerds, you have to let your story grow and change and kind of take a life of its own. Obviously you don't want to go too off track, particularly if you have plotted out your story, but maybe something different needs to happen at this point of the story. So try writing something different. Write what comes to your mind, have something crazy happen to the characters. Just try something else. Maybe you'll like it, maybe you won't, but it will help you get past that block of I just don't want to write this next part, or I don't know how to write this next part. Because maybe the reason you don't know how to write that next part is because it doesn't actually fit into the story as well as you thought it would. Of course, the other problem you could be running into here is just the fact that transitions are hard. It's hard to get from big scene to big scene. All the little things in between can be really difficult to hash out and figure out. So maybe what you need to do is just write that next big scene that you're trying to get to. Go ahead and write it, and then maybe it'll be a little bit more clear to you what needs to happen to the characters in between. And last up, we come to one of the biggest problems associated with writer's block, which is shiny new idea syndrome. You're in the middle of writing, you're loving your story, and then you have a dream one night, and you need to write this new story. It's all you can think about, and you can't focus on the story you were working on. Of course, if you chase that shiny new idea every time, you're never going to finish anything. So if this happens and you find you cannot focus on your current work in progress, give yourself 30 minutes, an hour, 10 minutes, however long you have, to write down that idea, to come up with a basic plot. Let the shiny new idea win for a short amount of time, and then go back to your other story. Get it out of your head and onto paper so that your current work in progress can take its rightful place at the forefront of your mind. So what are some of the things that you do when you have writer's block, particularly when you know that taking a break would not be the most useful thing to do, when you know that you just need to write? What do you write? Let me know, because I know that I could use more suggestions for how to deal with this. And I will see you guys on Sunday when we will be taking your questions about writing and doing a little bit of a question and answer session for you. See you then.